Welcome to On the Edge with April Mahoney Brains. You're at the spot, the place, where the conversation is pointed, the guests are sharp, and the responses are never dull. Did you bring your thinking caps? It's time to put them on, because the conversation starts now. Welcome to On the Edge with April Mahoney Brains. You're back at the spot, where the conversation is pointed, the guests are sharp, and the responses are never dull. And the queens are wearing their tiaras. Oh, yes, darling. The queen of beauty within, JaReen, is teaching me how to really take my seat on the throne. I
Yeah.
always knew I was a queen, but I never wore the crown. And now I think I'm addicted because under this crown is a brain. It's a place where you make choices, you make options, you think things. That's why I call you guys brains. So, what better to do than adorn it with a crown? JaReen, welcome to the show.
Hi.
So she's going to talk to us a little bit today about resilience, overcoming adversity, reliefs from abuse, finding yourself, and how to wear a tiara. Let's
Yes.
welcome her to the show. How are you, Queen?
I'm doing fabulous and
Okay.
awesome, amazing.
Mm,
And I today my affirmation is I am wonderfully made.
Did you hear that? Okay. That's how she's constructed brains. And construction means to build, it means to make, it means to mold, it means to retrofit, to make it tight. How are you built? It takes a lot in this world today just to get up in the morning and be happy that you're alive. People
Yes.
are taking that for granted. But when you have adversity, you have pain, you have to overcome self doubt, you got a child with special needs, that's a whole nother level of royalty. Tell us, how do we arrive and arise to the occasion?
Well, I take one day at a time. Prayer is the key. And we have our days, we have our good days, we have our bad days. But we have to look at it at the end of the day, we still here. We have to rise up. We have to stay focused. And, it's okay to feel not good, feel like, okay, I'm not having a good day. And it's okay. And that's why I tell my parents, yes, I have a special needs child. And even either way, it's okay. And you tell yourself, it's okay. I don't feel good. It's okay. I am angry. It's okay. So I love that word because we're not super mom, we're not superwoman, you know, and crown of beauty within, because over about 20 years ago, I had this smile. I would go to church and I would smile and but one day it was a lady. She asked me, she says, can I give you something? And I said, yes. She said, I want to give you a crown.
Wow.
And see, even though I was smiling, she didn't see the smile. She seen the eyes. She seen the eyes was very hurt. She seen the hurt in my eyes. And I just started bawling. I just started crying right there because she seen beyond, God showed her beyond the smile.
Mm.
And I still have that crown. It's on my store. And she said, when you don't feel yourself, feel unworthy, feel like God is not with you, feel just having that day, you don't have to be dressed up. You can wear your crown just because.
Wow.
Just because. And so, crown of beauty within, the crown is within us
Right.
that works on the inside and comes on the outside. Everybody' crown is different.
Right.
I love your crown, but my crown may be a flower crown.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it depends on what queen you want to represent on any given day. I
Yes.
was in London and I saw the real crown jewels.
Mhm.
And I said, oh my goodness. Now, if I'm having a time with this one here, I could only imagine. But they always say that it is the jewels within the crown. What are some
Yes.
of the jewels that you wear that you have overcome in your crown?
My favorite crown that I have is the peacock. It's a crown made like a peacock. And
Mm,
it's that different that blue, that peacock color, because I love to decorate with peacock colors. And I have it here, but you know, it took a long time for me to realize that I am one of God's queen, one of his, I'm a jewel. I'm worthy of showing who I am. And so as I've gotten older, I know my self-worth. And when you find out your self-worth, you will shine, and I just thank God for it. Today, as I was sharing with you, I was around, the women. We had a pre Thanksgiving, and I just seen the faces, the beautiful women of all diverse women of different cultures, young and old. And it's just amazing that someone, they retired and they come out and just show love to one another. They'll pick up a friend. And this is why I love Crown of Beauty Within, because we we don't look at the cover. We want to look at the pages of the book,
Mhm.
because you don't know what that person is going through. And we're, as women, we know how to put on that face,
Well,
you
sure.
know.
I tell people all the time, you're always sending out your representative. Because if
Yes.
you really saw me, you take them eyelashes off, take that wig off, and somebody take their teeth out and take that body shaper off. That's the real authentic you, okay?
Yes.
But
But see, God see the real you.
real you, when you're stripped of everything, when you're stripped of your dignity, of your inhibitions, of your self-respect, of your finances, of your liberty, all of that, that shows your vulnerability. Tell me a little bit about your story.
My story, it's really started as a child, seeing abuse, and and I have not ever shared the story. It's going to be part of my book, seeing abuse growing up, with my parents, and also, I thought that that was what a relationship was about. As I gotten older, and when I got in my first marriage, and I thought this man loved me, and but I thought that he was protective of me. I thought he was, you know, but I didn't realize he was jealous. He was possessive. I couldn't have friends. And so it was starting with the mental part, and then it came about the physical part. And when I share some of the things, and one of the things I went through was I didn't feel like I deserved a good man.
Mm.
I thought that, if he knew my background and he seen how I was raised, or I didn't have nothing to offer. And then as women, we beat ourselves up, and we look at love in all the wrong places. And that was me. I had a child, young, very young, still in school. And I finally got away, and I moved away, and I went into another marriage, and it was more mental abuse,
Mm.
mental abuse. Um,
Okay, let me time you out right here because I want to ask a question there, and I like to ask this question for the person that is going through it or in the throes of it. Okay, so you had this certain pattern of behavior of dysfunction that you saw growing up as a child. So that was your template for a relationship that was, oh, okay, well, this must be what it's about. I haven't seen anything different. But then when you realize that this is not good for me and I have to break away, and you go to the second marriage, now you're traveling in that same circle of influence. You're still in that same, okay, well, he may drink too much and he may, you know, cuss and fuss and talk down to me, but he don't hit me. It's like you try to justify what's going on.
mhm.
When was the red flag that said, you know what, I don't like how none of this feels?
Well, the second time around, I knew the telltale signs, and I left. Um, and when I tell you I left and moved into a place where I would never thought I would move into, but I was tired of the mental abuse. I when you control me with your money, control me with the cars, or just in general. And I just was tired one day. I said, no, I'm gone.
Was
And
there an isolation from the family as well?
yeah, I was isolated. somewhat. The first time I was isolated total. And the second time around, it was before it truly happened, I left, you know, and I couldn't take it. And so we stayed separated for years. And he told me he would never divorce me, and he didn't. Only thing that separated us was death.
Wow.
Death separated us. And and now I've moved twice since 2020, and I didn't realize stalking was in a part of domestic violence
Oh,
until I went through it. I had to move twice from 2020, then I moved last year, and I stayed isolated. I would not go in the stores, and only way I'd go somewhere, someone be with me, and
okay,
I
but you
wouldn't
say
go
you're
no.
isolated, and I don't want you to divulge too much or get yourself in an awkward predicament. But if you can't answer this question, uh, were you seeing this individual? Were they trying to contact you on the phone and through the mail? Was they tapping your bank account, stalking you on Facebook? Well, what do you mean?
Well, this last time he was outside, he was parked outside my door,
Oh, oh.
you know, and he was not when we went to court in 2019, and he was not there, but he was told not to contact me, and we was sealed up under not reveal our address,
Hmm.
um, and I didn't tell nobody why I was moving these last two times. And we was up under what you call an address confidentiality program, where it's called ACP, where you use an alternate address. And a lot of people don't know about this. Your driving license has the alternate address. You have to disguise your packages. Um, I get my mail from somewhere else. So, and I don't use my address where I actually live. So I have to use a different address. So it is part of domestic violence. And a lot of women don't know that that give you grounds to move, and it won't go against if you're renting. And but it's not a good feeling because you never know. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. That day, someone just told me look out the window, and he was parked. I would know this man if I with my eyes closed, and I was on the phone, and I documented. Then it happened again.
Hmm.
So I said I can't live here anymore. So now I took the initiative. I said, I'm taking my life back. I'm not trusting in God. I'm living in fear. And
Mm.
I refuse to. I can't do that no more. It is not a good feeling to look over your shoulders when you go out, your house, you looking at the camera to see if who's out parked and around you. Cause
Now
I
I got
have
to
cameras.
move. It's just making me mad just thinking about it. I just, oh no,
It's,
no,
it's
no.
not a good
It's
feeling.
not a good feeling. And again, if you protect yourself, you got a gun, a mace, knife, whatever. You just want to get that person off you and leave
Yeah.
me alone. If you know that I have moved from one place to another and you don't have a restraining order, that means leave me alone. So now you've got women that are in the thralls of this. I say that if you are in a domestic violence situation, we're gonna put the number on the back of the interview. Make a phone call. There are people that will help you, and we've had this conversation before. Sometimes them people ain't your family. Sometimes they are not going to support you. Oh, he all right. He might drink a little bit, and it's all right if he hits you. He ain't killed you. All
Yeah.
these kind of things. Or you got the girlfriend that's the hater, or maybe she laying up with him. Or you have to worry about your children, their safety, where they're going to go to school. Then you don't have no money. Child, God bless the child has got his own.
Yeah.
I don't care if you got $20 for grocery, baby. You better make it on 15 and tuck that 5 away.
Yeah.
And have a plan, have an exit plan of, okay, if this doesn't work, then this might work. But talk to somebody that can help you navigate through this because folks is crazy. And I just don't understand. I don't want somebody that don't want me.
Yeah.
If I don't make you happy, then let me go.
Yeah.
No, you want to control me. You want to manipulate me. You even want to come in the house sometime and have sex and rape me. But it's okay. And I'm talking to men just
Yeah.
like I'm talking to women. Men are victimized as well. I got a little
correct.
friend, girl. She put her hands on her husband in a heartbeat. I said, okay, when he come back and he busts that move on you, I'm gonna have to go to court and testify that you were the aggressor. So it goes both sides, but hurt people, and it's a
Yes.
mental thing. It is
And
really
then
a mental.
one of the things is the children suffer. I had to put my own children up under the address confidentiality program. Even alert the schools, you have to alert the government, you got to alert all these people. So it's not something just easy cut and paste. You have to go through all these changes. You have to go and put this on everything. And I did not let my daughter go to school from 2020. She went for a little while, but I had such a fear, and I would go drop her off at school, pick her up at school, make sure that I would be in the car line for 2 hours waiting on her. So I do not want nobody to go through what I have gone through. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I was ashamed. I really felt ashamed, embarrassed. I like, what did I do wrong?
Mm.
Because I could see if it happened one time, but it's just like an over and over thing. It's like, do I have Willie Foo Foo or crazy or this type of man on my forehead? You know? So, and I
So we
shared this.
always gravitate to the familiar,
Yeah,
but it is, and it's hard. And I say this humbly, I really do. I've been married 41 years, and I love the breeze that keeps that brother cool. Hear me when I
um,
say, ain't nothing but love and respect and honor. Open the door. I wish I would go somewhere and a man don't open the door for me. I look at him like he got horns. Are you crazy? So I know what good love feels like. And it hurts me to know that there are women, anybody out there, that can't explain to you what their love language is.
yeah,
What feels good to you? What nurtures you? What makes you smile? How do you know that you're being loved? You know, I don't know how to explain, because love is a construct. It's by design. Everybody's different. Somebody's
yeah,
touchy feely. Somebody you can give them a award or a plaque and they feel loved. Everybody is different. I get
yeah,
that. But don't you understand what it is to feel pain and know that your antenna goes up and it doesn't say this doesn't feel right?
it
What do you
does.
say to the woman that says this doesn't feel right? How does she get a hold of herself to say, I gotta do something?
Yes. And one of the things also tell women, don't let that person or women, men as well, don't let everybody know your hiding places. And when I say hiding place, don't let them know all your contacts.
Mm-hmm.
Because that very contact, it may be the one that you need to go and hide it.
Mm-hmm.
And what makes it so bad, I was in a rural area, like a country town, and it's really rough there. You can't just jump up and catch a bus and go somewhere. Sometimes you don't even have a way to go. So you are stuck out.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of abuse in these places. And 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 I'm gonna just call it this. My dad is not living now, but a good man to him was a man that works. If he work and take care of home, he's a good man. But everything else, is falls in place. He's long as he paying the bills and he's taking care of home, that's all that matter.
And not even if you in a rural area. I know some rich hoity toity, baby, their husbands treat them bad.
Yeah,
They treat them bad, and they don't want to talk about it because they can't go to the country club. Well, how you gonna go with a black eye? What you gonna do with that? Or you won't be in that inner circle anymore, or you won't be validated by these people. So don't get it confused. Abuse is
it's
abuse.
abuse. But I'm just saying, that's where low in those rural areas where you just can't run away because I stayed in a rural area, but also is with women, if you can being controlled by finances, they controlling the finances, you have to really hide things. You got to really know, and it's not good. And I'm gonna share some more later on. Other type of abuse, like you were saying. People think, how can your husband rape you? How can your significant other rape you? If you say no, no means no. And then it's, so that's not a good feeling when you, and I could not go nowhere. If I went, just say I went, came and hang out with you and I go back home, I was forced to have sex. Because, oh, you don't want me to have sex because you've been with somebody else. That's not a good feeling. So a lot of time I wouldn't go. I was like, no, I don't feel like going because I know what I had to deal with, what I am going to go through.
You know,
I couldn't have friends. Um,
because that's the control.
yes,
That's the control. That's the isolation. That is the isolation, and it's a horrible, horrible thing. And then
it's true.
you have a child there, and you are
Yes,
trying not to create an epigenetic cycle of abuse. You saw what happened with your mom. Now this is going to be passed on to your son or your daughter. But let's
yes.
talk about some of the good things that you're doing right now. You have taken all this wisdom and your resilience and your crowns to another level. Tell me about the work that you're doing with women of beauty.
Crown of beauty within. I share my story. I call it a continual life journey because sometimes a lot of things be suppressed and things come up and you have to turn that negative into a positive. And I've been fighting for 20 some years, and I was about going back and forth with God. I'm like, I don't want to tell my business. And he said, your business became my business. So I'm telling my story to women and, even on the platform, different places. And I'm gonna be honest with you, sometimes I talk to women out there in the streets or in the highways and the byway. I never know, I don't ask their name. I just pray with them, talk with them, give them information. And it's been so, I would travel, go to this place and this place, but I can still see the faces of a lot of the women.
Hmm.
And and then also, I want husbands and boyfriends, whoever, I want them to show the love of giving their wife or their daughter a crown. I want to be able to give out ten thousands of crown in the next 5 years.
Wow.
We all share our crown on social media or just saying, hey, girl, I got a picture. I want to wear my crown, have retreats, women groups, and just because moment.
Absolutely. And it makes you feel, look, brains, I'm telling you, it makes you sit up straight. But it's an extension of the energy that you're casting forward, that you are
Yeah,
adorning your head. I mean, don't you look at all cultures? In all cultures, there is some sort of headdress that's
yes,
significance of royalty, of prestige, of self-esteem, of glory, of beauty. So you have African tribes, the Indian hairdresses, Indian headdress, um, your tiaras, feathers, and sometimes you got horns.
yeah,
Because
but
there's some wicked people out there, and there's some wicked people that will try to sabotage you. So tell
yeah.
us about your book. You are in the thralls of writing a book. What's going to be inside the pages of that book?
Ooh, I'm led to share how the abuse and how things came about. I will talk about my childhood. I would talk about things as an adult. And I also want to share the positive, how I came up, through this. And even now, we all have flashbacks, but I want to share. Um, I haven't came up with a name. It will be, have a top title, but it will relate with Crown of Beauty within. So I will be talking about my childhood. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I did not like school, and I did go to my first class reunion, and I want to talk about my childhood, my teen years, and I don't want to give away a lot,
Right.
but
We want to be excited about the reading, and when you release the book, you're gonna come here on the edge and gonna read us an excerpt and let us know. But I'm
Yeah.
just glad that you had the courage, because it took courage, and it's still
Yeah.
taking courage to go through all that you're going through, and kind of looking over your shoulder. But we can't live in a bubble.
We cannot, and I
And
refuse
God
to,
is
and I
good,
let
and
it go.
yeah, and it will be all right. So let's ask you some fun questions. How about that?
Yes.
How many crowns do you have?
My personal crowns, I think I have over maybe about 15.
Wow.
And then the crowns that I give away, I have to, well, I sent off 20 to give to a women's group. And then I have about 20 something here to give out. So, yeah, and my youngest daughter have her crowns too, because she said I'm a princess.
Absolutely,
So,
absolutely,
but
absolutely.
also the inspiration helps me is the women of the Bible. And, and that helps me because the women of the Bible, I look at it as how would it reflects us as the modern day life.
Mm,
Because you look at the Esthers, you look at the Ruth, you look at the Deborahs, you look at the Samaritan woman. It's
right.
so many. That's why God just said the Samaritan woman, because even men are the man at the well. It's the woman at the well. So that's my inspiration is the Samaritan woman, because I'm no longer that woman at the well. And
That's
so
and that's and you're not drowning in sorrow. So if you
yeah,
were an appliance in the kitchen, JaReen, what appliance would you be?
I almost said the refrigerator.
Yeah, why you be the refrigerator?
I'm gonna say I'm the my coffee machine because it has different. I might wake up want a cappuccino. I
Oh,
may want my latte. I may just want my organic coffee with my. I put my cinnamon, my ginger, and my turmeric in there with my protein. Yes, that's how I drink it.
all right, and that's good for you too.
Yeah,
I think I want to be the air fryer, because it's still very trendy. You need just a little bit of oil. Your stuff still be nice and juicy and crispy.
yeah.
So I would do that. If you could travel back in time, stay here in the present, or project to the future, where would you land?
Somewhere I've been.
No, where would you land if you could time travel? You had a time
Time
machine.
for
You could go back in the past, stay here in the present, or go to the future. Where would you go?
the future. You know, everybody in my family knows that my ideal trip is to go to Ireland.
Ooh, I've been there. I went there this summer, and you will love it. Yes, ma'am.
I had to cancel my trip due to knee surgery, so I was going to have a 9 day. That was going to be my 60th birthday blessed trip, but I'm going soon.
Yeah, it's not
And
over till it's over with, but you will love it. Why do you
yeah,
like Ireland? What do you connect with in Ireland?
I love the food. It's just the culture, the buildings that you have buildings that's been around over 500 years. I want to go to Dublin. Then I have my Waterford Crystal collection.
Oh
And don't ask
wow.
me how many I got. I lost count.
Got more of that than you do at Crowns?
Oh, it's about 10 times more.
Wow.
And
Wow.
and I'm gonna be honest, I do like to bless people with some crystal every now and then. Because
Like the bling.
yeah,
And that's good because you're a shining star.
yes.
And so, like Earth, Wind, and Fire would say, you're a shining star no matter who you are, shining
Yeah,
bright to see what you control.
yeah,
But you got to have that I am conversation, brains. You got to have the want, you got to have the need, you got to have the desire, you got to have the exit plan, you got to have you some cash. And you just got to know that there is something bigger and better. Don't be afraid. There's somebody for everybody. I
it's
want you
true.
to be safe. I want you to be strategic, and have a conversation, a real conversation with your kids, because it's not like they don't know what's going on, and you want to keep them as safe as possible. Don't tell them too much, because
Um,
and they're kids. They'll inadvertently say, "Oh, we live over here," or this, that, and the other. It's a very awkward situation. But you got people like JaReen, that's willing to share the story, hold your hand, give you some one on one advice, some coaching, working with nonprofits, asking her to come in and have talks with young girls so that
Oh,
it heads it off at the past. I mean, college campuses, speak to the sororities, the Soroptimist groups, the Red Hat Ladies, the Eastern Stars. Everybody's got a story, everybody's got a testimony, and teach your children to tell and have self respect from early on. You can't re raise no grown folks.
yes.
What does it feel like? Probably is not for you and feeling right. So,
Yeah.
Dream, tell my brains how to get in contact with you. I'd love for them to follow you on social media and maybe earn a crown.
Yes. I'm on Instagram as Crown of Beauty Within. I'm on Facebook as Crown of Beauty Within. It's a private on Crown of Beauty Within on my Facebook. I try to keep it just for the women. I have two, like a ladies' time to wear your crown, but I have one, the second one is more private if you want to post something and you can't share it. But the regular Crown of Beauty Within, um, we're there to be there for one another. And also, I'm doing videos, YouTube videos, Crown of Beauty Within. Have my I don't know much about TikTok. I'm learning.
Oh, yeah, I know. It drives me crazy too. I tell them, I need more than 30 seconds, baby. I got to do it. And,
Yes,
and I'm not on X, but I'm going to put all your contact information towards the back. Brains, you know what? Just if you need a release and you don't know where to start, contact JaReen, follow her on social media. Your information will be kept confidential. She
yeah,
understands what that is, the importance of that. Um, but really try to make it better, but be careful. Okay?
yeah,
JaReen, thank you so much. Brains, go in and be reckless.
yes,
Right here. Go in and just go rogue. Like, love, share, subscribe, leave a note, leave a comment. We want you to really travel at the highest frequency. We really want to raise that level of consciousness. I think that you're truly amazing and you're very courageous. I give you your flowers, Queen.
yay, yes,
All right. It's all about being on the edge, brains. Love you.
yes.